Train the muscles, not the joints. So welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about something that's based on my own experience over the years. And it's the shittiest experience of when you're training, you have some goals and you're trying to achieve some stuff and you're trying to get stronger, or you're sticking to your diet and you're doing everything right, everything's going great, and bang, out of nowhere you get hit with a flu, right? And then you're just sitting there, eating chicken soup and crackers for a few days with the chills, or maybe a week in some cases. And really what I want to speak to you about today is about how to train after you have a flu, okay? Because it's very normal for some obsessive compulsive type people to jump right back into the gym and try to just go right to the weight that they lifted right before the flu, and sometimes they end up tweaking something. Why is that? Well, when your body goes through an intense period, such as your immune system fighting stuff off, or you're dehydrated, or you got a fever and all this kind of stuff, it is very possible that you still have some muscle spasms, knots, trigger points, your electrolytes might be off, and these muscles that are spasmed up are sometimes around the joints, okay? So the problem is that if you jump into a workout without giving yourself a warm-up workout or two, okay, just to get back in the groove, you might actually tweak one of your joints or do some damage to yourself, okay? So really what I want to say to you is that what I found is after having a flu, after you've lost some weight and everything, it's best to start eating, filling yourself up again. Don't go right back into a strict diet. If anything, I would basically be pretty loose on the diet. Make sure you just nourish yourself up again, okay, before you go back into hardcore dieting of whatever type you're doing, okay? So give yourself a day or two of that. And then from there, start light and start easy with your workouts, especially for the first workout. Maybe 2 or 3 down the road, depending on how your body's reacting, then you can start going heavier. But if you just go right into it right away, you're not erring on the side of caution in case something is not functioning right, such as if you have a muscle knot in your lower back or your upper back, or your neck's kind of tweaked out still from laying on the pillow for 3 days or whatever, right? So basically what I want to say to you is that don't rush it. The gains are going to come back really quick. They're not going to be gone forever if you don't get them back immediately within 3 days or something. And just give yourself a week to get back into the process, and just steadily move upwards. So that way your body is prepared for it, right? This is something that's really important. A lot of people really underestimate how much injuries play a factor in training. I have people always ask, they say, Jason, do you find that at different ages, the training, you get less results or more results? How about a 60-year-old guy? Does he get more results or not? And one thing I found is that age is not as much of a factor in a person getting results from the gym. It's not as much of a factor as it is the mileage or the injuries that somebody has collected over their lifetime. That's really what is the dictating factor in whether you can gain or not. I've seen a lot of guys that are very healthy, everything's fine with them, they would recover fine from a workout, but they can't train because their back is messed, their knees messed, their shoulders messed. So the first priority in your training has to be about taking care of the body, and then from there you can continue to make gains at 50 years old, 60 years old. Like I said, back in the day when I trained and went to the World Championships in natural bodybuilding in the WNBF, the guy that won the show was 50 years old at the time. And he looked amazing. Like he just blew everybody off the stage. So age is not as much of a factor as it is injury. So based on this, if you have a flu, take your time. Don't just jump in there and try to lift the pre-sickness poundages immediately. Give yourself a day or two, if not a week, in order to start getting the blood flow going again and your immune system functioning properly. And then from there, your training will go fine. You'll get everything back without tweaking yourself up, all right? So I hope this video helps you out in your training. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and make sure you share my stuff if you like it, and I'll see you at my website, naturalgallantbodybuilding.com.